So I've been honored and privileged to work with Dr. Patricia Morugami. And I think the one thing that I've been able to learn is the consistency and the passion in leadership. The consistency and the passion to hold leaders, women and men, and just to walk through the journey. And you know, one of the key things she says, and I'm always picking up on, is Africa needs leaders, and it is our responsibility. So to all of you, please put your hands together and help me welcome to this stage Breakthrough Leadership Transformation Rascal CEO, Dr. Patricia Morugami. Good evening, everybody. Good evening once again.
Good evening.
I know you probably had to readjust your day to be here. So turn to your neighbor and tell them, I'm so glad you made it. Really, and be genuine about it. Be genuine about it. Because when we started this leadership circle in 2019, in 2020, we did it all virtually. And you remember those days? You remember those days? When we couldn't meet like this, when we had to sit, so a table had to have 3 people only. May we never forget the seasons we've been through. And so today I want to congratulate the Breakthrough Mastery Circle leaders of 2023, the 5th circle. And I don't know about you, but when you have a child and they get to 5 years, something special happens then. Because they're now moving closer to a decade, isn't it? So I want to honor these leaders. Caroline Wanjeri Kihara, congratulations. I want to honor Pamela, all the way from Uganda. Congratulations. Esther Ndivu, congratulations. Engineer Catherine Nyambala, congratulations. Mary actually did the Rise Masterclass. And when I think about Mary Ndongo and her brandy and coffee expertise, I'm fascinated at how she has evolved. Congratulations. Teresa, congratulations. Lydia, all the way from Lake Bogoria. Those people who choose, they are taking the first crack of dawn and they are on their way here. It's a real commitment. Congratulations. This program started in earlier this year, in February, and the goal was that they start with the opportunity to actually be oriented into the leadership circle. And so I'm not going to talk about the content we've been through. What I will speak about is how do you keep the fire burning after you graduate, because life begins, in fact, after today. So I want to introduce you to 8 people that you all want to have. Many of us are aspiring to serve on boards, corporate boards, government boards. When I wrote my first book, Rise, and the books are available behind there, one of the things that stood out was unless a leader is accountable, you're just taking a walk in the park. So who are these 8 people you need to have in your personal board of directors? They all start with the letter C. First one, clarifier. Clarifier. This is someone who clarifies for you, helps you describe the quagmire you're in, helps you see the opportunity, helps you refrain, helps you think through what it is that you need to think through. Clarifier. The second one, connector. Today we're talking about strategic networks. Strategic networks. Our keynote speaker has been one of those leaders who has developed a strategic network and gives generously, and you'll get a chance to meet her. A connector is someone who's magnanimous, generous, sees challenge or opportunity here and sees resources, and is not afraid to make the introductions or to connect you to what you need. Look around the room, even as you celebrate your graduate today. What does she need for you to continue growing? The third one, challenger. Challenger. People we sometimes don't like. They challenge you. They get you out of your comfort zone. They tell you the way you're going, that habit will not serve you well. Stop it. The way you're growing, it's getting to your head. It's just a position. Be humble. And challenges may come young and old. Could be a reverse mentor, a younger person who's teaching you something that's challenging your expertise. Embrace it, because we will not thrive in the world of now and the future unless we embrace a challenging perspective. The fourth one, which I think you all are because you're in the room, celebrator. Can we celebrate? Can we just make a sound of celebration? No. It has to be better than that. Can we celebrate better? When you hear the what these people have been doing, they deserve real celebration, right? So we hope this is the first party of the after party, isn't it? This is just the first one. Celebrator. This is someone who not only celebrates you when you do well and you get to the end, but they celebrate you at each milestone. Oh, you've managed that, well done. You've managed this, well done. So they're not only looking at the destination, they're looking at the journey and who you're becoming. Celebrator. The fifth one, counselor. The one who's wise and will counsel you. Will give you wise counsel. And will tell you, from my experience, I think you ought not to go down that road. The sixth one, childlike. That's an interesting one, yeah? Not childish. Childlike. Childlike. Who's that? That's that person who has the innocence of a child and the daringness of a young person. Do you remember yourself? At 20, you could conquer the world. Somehow as we get older, we become a bit jaded. Childlike. You must have someone who kind of gives you permission to dream. The seventh one, comforter. The one you can run to when things are not working. When you need some comfort, when you need to cry, when you need to let your hair down and just say, I'm so tired, I'm so done with this. And the last one, the eighth one, confronter. Confronter. Do you hear the difference? There's a comforter to comfort you. Confronter, the one who you know will help you confront the issue. They will not sweep it under the carpet. They will actually tell you, you know what? It is time for us to confront this pattern. I've noticed over the last couple of years, over the last couple of months, this is something you constantly do. Let's confront it. Let's deal with it. Who do you need the most? Challenger. Who do you need the most? Who do you need the most? Comforter. Confronter for someone else. Who do you need the most? Who do you need the most? So let me give you a couple of secrets on how to do this. I want you to hold your ears, like perhaps you were told by your mother when you were naughty. Hold your ears. Hold your ears. Hold your ears. Are you holding them? Make sure your worst enemy does not sit between your two ears. And who's the worst enemy? Who can be your worst enemy? Yourself. Because chances are those 8 people are around you somewhere. But for whatever reason, you have felt no need to consider the idea of a personal board. Maybe you didn't know. Or maybe fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of being vulnerable, fear of being authentic, fear even of succeeding. You know, even that is a fear. Because when you succeed, what happens next? Maybe too many people will be lining up for you to guide, and maybe you fear letting them down. I come from a family that values a lot of hard work. And we're talking about multi-generational leadership. And that hard work is now beginning to become extinct with the younger generation. And I want to encourage you, work hard, earn your stripes. Earn your stripes. And as you work hard, first work hard on yourself, then your job, and then your wealth will come as a result. On yourself, on your character, and then on your job. If your job is to be a student, be such an exceptional student. If your job is to be an intern, to be a manager, to be an individual contributor, whatever it is, do it so well that it opens up heaven for you. My father taught me one thing that I continue to try and practice. And in fact, I quote it in my first book. When you are in the heat of the moment and you're upset about something, don't raise your voice. Raise the quality of your argument. Raise the quality of your argument. You don't need to be shouting and having lots of drama. No. You just need to be clear about what it is you want to do. Be purposeful about it and move forward. One of the things we did during this leadership circle is we read several books. How many books did we read? 3 books in what period of time? In 6 months. How many books have you read, the rest of you? 2 in how many months? Okay. Did you have a book target? May I introduce you to the idea of reading purposefully. Part of my purpose is to elevate the number of Africans who are reading wisely and widely. I come from that part of the country where what I'm about to say is a tongue twister, so let me try. Leaders who don't read cannot lead. Yeah. Because I can say the other way around and it spoils the whole meaning. Let me quote from one of my clients who, when I posted some book I was reading, because my goal is to read 100 books. Huh? And what I have found is that it's not easy to read. It's not. There's so many distractions. But next time you're in traffic, download Audible. Buy an Audible book. When you see traffic, I'm excited to see traffic because I'm like 2 chapters down before I get home. And you see, when you read widely and wisely, every problem you have, someone has written a book about it. So the problem you're struggling with now, someone has written a book about it. So why are you struggling? If someone has written a book about it, then that book is actually meant for you. And you can then solve that problem. So I posted something the other day on LinkedIn. And one of my ex-colleagues actually in a previous role, and now my client, said something. He said, he who does not read has no advantage over he who cannot read. Do you understand that? My dad would call us educated illiterates. He who does not read has no advantage over he who is illiterate, who cannot read. Can you imagine that? I was like, ouch. So perhaps as you come out of this graduation, may I encourage you in the last 3 months of this year to choose to reduce a little bit of Netflix and social media and turn on the volume on reading a little bit. The thing that's keeping you awake at night, the challenge you're struggling with in your personal and professional life, someone has written a book about it. You can find a solution and start to implement it, and you will find the quality of your life will shift. But it will shift first with the quality of your thoughts, and then the quality of your conversation will elevate. And thereafter, everything else shifts. So to the graduates, let me ask the graduates to stand up so you see them before they come up. And this is where your relations should be very loud that they can hear you on downstairs. And a proper clapping for them. So well done. I am deeply proud of you. I have had the privilege of running this circle this is the 5th year. But I want to say something is very special about this group, and I say different things for every group. This particular group, when they did their strategic projects, those projects are going to change multiple generations. They took the challenge and elevated it to a level that I haven't seen yet. I want to say to each and every one of you, I can't wait to see who you continue to become. Because if what we have seen in 6 months, being intentional and purposeful, is who you have become, then to the rest of you, watch them and see who they become. And because you're here, they are going to continue rising as they lift you, if you allow them to. These are breakthrough rising leaders, who are the leaders that Africa is waiting for. You know, we keep saying, let's look for solutions somewhere. The solutions are here, right here in this room, beginning with the graduates. So I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. Just remember that as you continue to rise, don't be afraid of the solitude that comes with raising your standards. Don't be afraid. Because sometimes when you raise your standards, not everyone gets it. But those in this room get it. That's why they're here to celebrate. And maybe your example is the only book they will ever read. So make it count. Know that we at Breakthrough remain available to support and to continue being part of your personal board of directors. My question to each and every one of you is, what are you waiting for to become your next person? Who are you waiting for to nudge you and tell you, hey, become your next best self? May I remind you that you are the one you have been waiting for. And the world is waiting for you to rise up and become your next best self. Congratulations to the Breakthrough Master and Circle leaders, and I look forward to supporting you. Thank you.